inspectors in puppy mills. And in Nebraska, you guys had 12 puppy mills out of the whole country be on the horrible 100 list. So 12 puppy mills just from your state are some of the worst puppy mills in the entire country. And within the city of Omaha, you have 2 pet stores that are selling puppy mill dogs, Tully's and Pets R Us. If you walk into Tully's, I did last time I was here, it looks like a puppy mill. Those puppies are living in tiny cages on wire bottom crates, and the only comfort they have is like a little litter pan that they can crawl into and sleep. And the larger breed puppies didn't even have that when I was there. So when you walk in, what do the pet stores tell you? Oh, our puppies come from local small breeders. We've been to their facilities and we love them. They're fine. But the fact of the matter is, if you're in a pet store and they have puppies, those puppies are coming from USDA licensed breeders. To be USDA licensed, that means you can have as many dogs on your property as you want. And so there's a breeder in Iowa who has 1,000 adult dogs on his property, not including puppies. So he makes about $2 million a year just breeding puppies alone. Now, that's super easy to do. I guess you can just throw 2 dogs together and sell each puppy for $1,000. But what he's not doing is making sure the parent dogs are receiving vet care. And so Pug Partners of Nebraska, they rescue pugs from puppy mills all over the country, mainly in the Midwest. But those pugs have horrible genetic issues. They come with pyometria because the puppy mills don't care if they have proper nutrition and breeding areas. They have eye problems, they have hip problems, they have heart problems. Any type of genetic issues you can think of, these dogs in puppy mills have. And so what happens is that cute little pet store puppy, or the puppy you're buying online, or on Craigslist, or in the swap sites, those puppies look adorable and cute and they can fit in the palm of your hand, but when they're 5 years old, they're going to have horrible issues. And so that's one of the things that we do. Even today, my husband and I brought a pug to Pug Partners of Nebraska, and we also go to dog auctions, which is what Jessica talked about a little bit earlier. And a dog auction is as horrible as it sounds. Dogs who have been in cages their entire lives are set on a table, and they're sold to the highest bidder. Sometimes the highest bidder is someone like us, who will rescue them, spay them, vet them, and find them a forever home. And sometimes it's a place that's a lot worse. And so the important thing that I want you guys to all know, which you're here so you all know, is that adoption is like the only option. That's the one thing you should look into first. And if you can't find a puppy or a dog in rescue, then what you should do is go visit the breeder. And if you see anything wrong, don't buy it. I know you'll want to save the puppy. When I walked into Tully's, I know way too much. I walked into Tully's and I wanted to buy every single dog there because I wanted those tiny puppies off that wire crate. But you're just creating a hole in the cage. And so you need to make sure that you're not leaving any more holes. And so I have a little video if you want to look right over there. One of the things that I have been honored with is to be chosen to be in a documentary. It will come out in a few months, and after the aftermath, that's going to be kind of huge, we will be bringing it back to Omaha so we can do a screening here because we think it's so important to educate your public and your legislators. So this is a documentary. It's called Dog by Dog, and it's very non-graphic and educational, and it's in the hopes of educating everybody. 18-year-olds, 10-year-olds, everyone. So if you guys want to watch for a second.
I know it's going to be a bad situation when you have the above ground wire bottom cages because the person is trying to be very efficient. This is a business. People are in it for profit.
The sad thing is, it's legal. They're allowed to do this to these dogs.
We had one of the worst states for puppy mills, and that was primarily because our number 1 industry is agriculture.
They view these animals as cash crops, as agricultural products.
They're not real dogs, they're livestock.
But there has been a tremendous amount of organized opposition to efforts to increase the standards of care. And most of that opposition, quite frankly, is coming from huge agricultural groups and industries. These are groups that have nothing to do with dogs.
They get loads of campaign cash from these agribusiness groups because that's the funnel for the legislation that these agribusiness groups want.
All you have to do is look at who's funding these front groups to see who's really benefiting from them.
They weren't enforcing it because they knew the kennels weren't compliant. That was a sign that there was way too cozy of a relationship.
They are extremely powerful. They influence our legislature. They influence our local communities through their economic might.
We need good inspection. We need vigilant enforcement. For those who are really abusing these animals, I don't have any sympathy at all.
They say they're the dog's best friend. This is no way to behave if this is your best friend. God help those poor dogs if that's their best friend.
These are elected officials, and they work for us, and we're going to make sure they work for us.
I never lost sight of the fact that the people have the power to change things.
I will use my voice because it'll have fun. And I will keep doing it until there are no more puppy mill dogs.
What we have as a movement is 1 million households who care about animals and who are willing to pick up the phone. And being able to tap that power, that is what should make any puppy miller terrified.
Okay, and then if they come after me, let them come after me. I don't fear them anymore.
So that was Dog by Dog. I have goosebumps every single time I watch the trailer. I just think it's so powerful. And what message does it convey? That you guys are what's going to change this problem. I'm not going to change it. Jessica's not going to change it. We all have to change it. We have to demand change. More laws, more enforcement is the most important issue. And honestly, just reaching out to the public. The way you're going to make a difference is by telling your friends, your family, and your coworkers. And you can take my advice and not shut up about it, and they'll just learn because they're sick of hearing your voice. So as you can see in the video, one of the things that I do is I protest pet stores that sell puppy mill dogs. We now have 3 stores in Ames that my group protests every single Saturday, no matter what, and now Sundays. Tomorrow it will be 10 degrees as a high, so it'll be negatives with the wind chill. We are there because the dogs are. The dogs live in these conditions 24/7. And so that's one way we educate the public. It's not always the most popular choice, and that sometimes, we have 1 or 2 people, but it's important that we're there. The pet store knows we're there, and we stand there so those dogs are no longer invisible. Because 10 years ago, those dogs were invisible. And less than 5% of the country even knew that a puppy mill existed. And so now people are learning that puppy mills are a huge epidemic. The ASPCA estimates that there are around 10,000 puppy mills in the United States. We're living in the puppy mill belt because of all the agriculture that we have. Missouri has almost 700 puppy mills. Iowa has 220. And Nebraska has, I think, around 50 USDA licensed breeders, which is what we more commonly call puppy mills. But Nebraska has over 200 breeders in its state. There aren't that many rescues that can help all those dogs when we need to. And so the most important thing you can do besides educating is supporting these rescues, like Pug Partners of Nebraska and Hearts United for Animals, and all of the other breed-specific rescues and normal rescues, because they're the ones going in, and they're the ones saving these dogs. So I think that's all. If you have any questions, I have a little table over there. I have some brochures, I have some posters, I have a card if you want to talk to me, or I'll be floating around. I love talking about it, and I'll talk your ear off, so beware. Anyway, you guys have a good night. Thank you for coming and supporting us.